Hello and thank you for watching. I'm Ashley Van Dyke with Advantage Software, and on today's video, we're going to start going over file manager functions, beginning with reverting a transcript to a previous version. Eclipse automatically creates up to 10 dated and time-stamped copies of your file while you're editing it. Each of these dated and time-stamped copies will be an exact representation of what the file contained at that time. The files are backed up on a schedule according to the setting that you have set for timed auto backup in the Edit tab of your user settings. Whatever number this is set to is the number of minutes that Eclipse will wait before it creates the next backup. Eclipse will create up to 10 backups, so if this number is set to 20 as in the example and in the default settings, that gives you up to 200 minutes of editing coverage in your backups. As a safety precaution, this number can't be set to less than 10. If, for instance, your timed auto backup was set to 1, Eclipse would automatically create a backup of the file every minute. If you were to spend 11 minutes trying to fix a problem in that file before giving up and trying to revert the file, all of your backups would then have that bad information that you've been trying to correct. Disallowing this number from being set to less than 10 prevents that from happening. You can change this number to whatever you think suits your editing speed and style. The backup files are stored on the root of the C drive in a folder called Eclipse Backups, and they can be accessed through Windows, but they are best accessed and used through the file manager in Eclipse under Control F. The files are named the same as the job, however the extension is different. Normally your job would be jobname.ecl, however the backups are jobname bk0 through jobname bk9. bk0 is going to be the most recent file, and bk9 is going to be the oldest. Next, I'll show you an example of how the revert process works in action. The first example of reverting that I'm going to do is with an ECL file. Earlier, I was working on this file called jury selection 512020. I'm going to reopen it. So this file, if we look at the bottom, is 15 pages long. For this example, I'm going to go ahead and ruin my document. I'm going to press F7 and then Control page down. And everything is now marked and highlighted, so I'm going to delete it all. I'll press delete, hit yes to the confirmation to delete that much of the document, and now, to my horror, I am left with an empty document. I definitely don't want to retranslate, restroke, or retype this document. I was done editing it. It was ready to go. All I had to do was add my title page and shoot out my PDF. So what I'm going to do is close out of this document immediately. I don't want to be in that blank document so long that my backup files start accumulating that bad information. After closing out of the file, I'll go to the File Manager under Control F as in Frank to begin the revert process. I'll find the file in the list and hit the plus sign. Here I see Jury Selection 512020, and I see that my file is now only 3K in size. That's pretty small. That's how small an empty file is. So in order to start the revert process, I can either just revert it directly, or I can make a copy of it first. If there's a possibility that I won't like the results of the revert process, then I'll want to make a copy first. Even though this document is blank and I know that anything is going to be better than this, I'm going to make a copy first to show you. So I'll check off the file first, the ECL file, and press copy to, and I'll select job to put a copy of it in the same place and press OK. And then at the end, I'm just going to do underscore and type copy. Once I press OK, if I go back to that job, now I have the original file and I have the copy, which says underscore copy. This ensures that if you're not sure you're going to like the results of the revert, you can always go back to what you had originally. You see that both of these files are 3K and they're both the same. If I were to open either of them, we would see the same blank document that I created previously. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a check mark in the original file name and then hit the revert button in the upper left. And I'm presented with all of the backup files that are available for this job. There are only 3 files. I translated this file on July 5th, and I haven't worked on it since then until today. It made the first backup file at 11:02 a.m., and it made the next backup file at 11:30 a.m. I see that the one at 11:02 a.m. is only 8K, but the one at 11:30 a.m. is 14K. And I see that in addition to being at 11:30 a.m., the most recent one is also called BK0, and the oldest one is BK2, which is the highest number available. And that's how all of these backups will always work. The one that ends in 0 is the most recent, and the one with the highest number is the oldest. So you'll have BK0, BK1, BK2, all the way through BK9. And it tells you the date that this backup was modified and entered into your backup folder. So in this instance, I definitely want this one from 11:30 a.m. because it's biggest and it's the most recent, and I know that around that time, everything was fine in my document. I'm going to select this backup file, and I can either press OK or even just double click on it. Now that I've reverted the file, I can hit the plus sign next to the job again, and I see that I have my original name file, but now it's 14K in size. My copy that I made before the revert process is still just 3K in size, so it looks like this was a good idea. So now I can either open the file from here by checking it off and hitting open, or I can open it from the AutoMagic settings on the left by clicking open or hitting 1 for reopen. Or I can press Alt-E and find the file in my list. And you see that in my Alt-E list, I have the copy as well, and you see here that it shows that it's only 3K in comparison to the 14K. So I'm going to open up the 14K, and I have all of my text back. I have 15 pages back again, and all of my text is back in place. So now I can continue working in this file as if nothing happened. My audio will continue to work as it did before the problem occurred, and my notes are still available to the right. Globaling will work as normally, and I can continue editing. If I'm happy with the results of the revert process, I can go in and delete the copy file that I made. So I can just check off the one that says _copy and then hit delete. And so now I only have the one good file left in this window. And it has all of the information that I need, and I'm ready to go. Thank you for watching this video about reverting Eclipse transcript files in the File Manager. Please stay tuned for more videos in the future about the File Manager functions. As a reminder, Advantage Software offers anytime support 24/7. We can be reached at 772-288-3266 anytime, including weekends and holidays. As always, email support is available at support@eclipsecat.com. Thank you so much for watching the videos. If you enjoy our channel, please subscribe and turn on notifications and like the videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.